approached foam in this industry as an experienced residential contractor, but we hadn't been in the insulation business previous. Each of our entities and business verticals that we had participated in had a business management software system. None quite as capable as JobPro was, but we were used to relying on some level of electronic data storage and proposal delivery for those other businesses. Immediately upon entering the insulation business and being new at it, I knew that we needed to find a solution that could accelerate our learning curve and help us get organized within this space, and JobPro definitely did that for us. Sure, I guess for me that's not so much JobPro the software as it is JobPro the people. Sincerely, when you deal with other systems, they feel so much more rigid, as does the leadership, resistant to change, resistant to modifying the system. And the experience with JobPro has been the total opposite. You're always available, always able to hear what types of processes or systems we're looking to optimize. Really, that's how the relationship has been built and matured, is that each time we've gone through a variation in our business, made an acquisition, expanded into a new service line, new challenges show up to our workflow, and then we've had the ability to bring those challenges to JobPro, get them built into the system, and I speak to the industry a lot about that it's so rare to have a software technology partner that's as flexible as JobPro is, and able to design around our workflow instead of having our workflow be designed around the system. Well, it's a fun story, one we're proud of, and one built by a great team of people. That team started with about 5 staff members in the insulation side of the business, all of which we're very proud to say are still here with us today. Through acquisition and partnership, we've grown to a little over 60 staff members and team members today, operating, I think, approximately 22 spray foam machines on a regular basis. We've also expanded into fiberglass and cellulose and mold management, moisture management, crawl space services, a lot of different verticals that are associated with the insulation field. So it's been fast growth. That has happened in a short period of time, all due to the talents and efforts of the team members here. But almost every single one of them interfaces with JobPro on a daily basis. So we count JobPro among the many things that were necessary to allow us to grow as quickly as we have. Sure, I guess maybe it's an overused adage, but I would say you can't truly master something that you can't measure. And JobPro gives us the ability to measure all facets of our business, from proposal counts to margin to product usage to labor rates. The visibility we gain through our JobPro dashboards and through commitment to putting all of our data into JobPro allows us to measure the changes that are happening to our business as we grow, and allows me in my position to have instant feedback wherever I am, on an airplane, in a meeting, on my phone. I have instant feedback as to how well those changes are being adopted within our organization. So visibility, I think, is if I was looking at JobPro from the outside in, the visibility into the organization is a key factor, but visibility into now being able to measure, truly measure a lot of the different empirical data points within a company that you really need to know about, and in a single platform we get both.
You see on my laptop here on the hood of my car, I'm able to pull up JobPro. And from JobPro, I can search almost anything I need to that's going to help me identify this job. And where it helps me the most is several areas. Number one, I can pull up on a job site like this. If this is a builder I've never worked with, I can pull him up in my computer, and I can see if any of the salespeople in our office have worked with him in the past. I can see whether I've bid him a job in the past. I can see if he's ever done any work with us in the past. It gives me information so that when I reach out to the builder, I can say, hello, Mr. Smith, this is Dean Falk with Energy One. I see that we've bid a couple of jobs with you in the past and we haven't been able to earn your business. Wondering if I could bid this job for you and see what it is that we're missing. It gives me some meat to talk about, something that I can reach out to the builder about and give me purposeful meaning in communicating and talking to him. Also, what it helps me to do is when I driving up on a job site where this is a contractor that we're doing work with, I can pull up what we've done for him in the past through the history of JobPro to make sure that the scope of work I'm quoting him is his usual scope of work. And then right across the street I see a house going up with a builder I haven't worked with. So it gives me the opportunity to take that information, search it in JobPro, and it'll give me the history of what we have or haven't done with that builder. And it just gives me more knowledge being able to reach out to this builder. I can call this builder and say, we're right across the street or we're right down the block doing a job with you, whether it's my job or a job that another salesman is performing. I see that information in the JobPro, and I can say, why don't you come walk a job we're in the middle of doing right now, or if you've done, see our work. Here on a job site, pulling up my JobPro. If you're a contractor and you're considering using JobPro, I can't recommend it highly enough. I have everything I need right at the fingertips in order to bring up any information on a job that I'm bidding or that I've already quoted that our guys are working on. It gives me all my contacts for the contractors I'm working with, the ones I haven't worked with yet that I want to reach out to. It gives me all the history of the work we've done with them in the past and all the things we've quoted with them. It's just information on the go, instantly at my fingertips. I cannot recommend JobPro enough. Got it on my phone, got it on my iPad. Usually when I'm on a job site with a contractor, I need to bring up any information that he needs to see. I can bring it up on my iPad in an instant, show him photos of work we've done, show him TDS sheets, job information on product information. It's just an easy way to have everything right at my fingertips on the go.
The calendar is obviously a huge part here with us at Energy One. I look at this on a day-to-day basis to make sure that the jobs are completed, and because I'm responsible for the invoicing, so I go here, I can look, make sure everything's invoiced, completed, and closed. Another huge thing is, you know, it could be a month down the road, a question occurs, where your guy's on that job that day. I can easily pull up the calendar, go back, it could, you know, back in September and say, yep, we had such and such crew there. You know, it's kind of like the backbone of our company, honestly. I just click on the job on the calendar and it pulls up the actual job, and then I can click on the job tab for job processing. My production guy gives me the information that he receives from the crews in the field, and then I take that information and apply it to the job processing tab. And JobPro has so graciously set this up where it pretty much tallies everything up for us as long as I enter the correct information. And then, you know, once I get everything in, it'll show me how profitable we are on the job. And, you know, or if we're not profitable, where we messed up, was it material, was the labor off? But JobPro has made it very user-friendly just to enter the data, and it all calculates for us. Once I get everything entered and make sure the job turns out, I create the invoice within JobPro, and then I send it directly, normally to the customer via email.
I do everything on JobPro, all the way from taking the proposal and seeing what our proposed percentages are, to creating the jobs, to storing our job contracts to make sure that we've got you know, either e-signs or actual physical contracts uploaded to the document sections of JobPro. Job photos from our salespeople or from our crews go into JobPro. And then, yeah, my favorite feature is the calendars. I've actually usually got 3 different calendars up that I'm tracking, you know, where all my crews are. You can color code the calendars for what types of jobs you're doing, and you can assign your crews, and our crews have their logins to pull their work orders, so it makes our operations manager's life a lot easier. So yeah, it's I use it for everything. And then after the jobs are created and I schedule it and I track it, then when my team will invoice it, and then I can see when the jobs are invoiced, and they'll process it, and it does our payroll, our labor reports, and our sales commission reports. And I mean, it's just from start to finish, everything you need to do to manage the job is right there in JobPro. All those calls when your sales reps are asking, when's my job going to get scheduled, or when's my, you know, how did this job come out, then they just pull up their their smartphone, their laptop, their tablets, and they can see exactly where their job is on the calendar. They can see all my notes for scheduling. They can look at the profitability and see how well it came out and how much money they'll make on the job. And so all of that communication with people calling and trying to figure out what happened it's just immediately available. Well, those guys are super smart. The programming guys at JobPro are they're very nimble, I would say. So I guess if you can dream it, they can make it happen. And we've storyboarded a few things or just brainstormed on what would make our life a little easier. And compared to other software companies that are just harder to customize or harder to get what you need, JobPro would actually come visit us and see a day in the life of how we work and then come up with lots of ways on their own, and then take our ideas and put them together and make them work. It was just pretty seamless. Pretty easy. Send an email, get an email right back with a correction or something fixed, or you just call them and you get a live person on the phone. There's no automated system to try to get through to report your errors. You always talk to someone live, and usually within, sometimes within 5 minutes the issue's fixed, or it might take a day or so to figure something out, but it's pretty easy. Well, I would say that probably the QuickBooks integration is pretty cool, where you don't have to do the double entry with your invoices anymore. So that saves a lot of time, and actually the ability to assign different tasks to different people in your company, or just do them all yourself. I mean, we started as a small company, and I was wearing many hats, doing from the scheduling to the processing of the jobs to the invoicing to the payrolls. I would do all of those different steps, and JobPro makes it so that it's very scalable. One person can do all that, but as you grow, it's very easy to segment your tasks. So it's a good solution, I'd say, for any company.